Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to be finally tackling the contour versus bronzing video that several of you have asked me for. I am not a professional makeup artist. I've never been to school. What I know just comes from observation and kind of figuring it out on my own along the way, because I too was very confused about what the heck. When do you use a bronzer? When do you use a contour? What's the difference between a contour and a bronzer? I'm just going to tell you what I think, what I've learned over the years. I'm also going to give you examples along the way. So I wanted to show in various stages how I contour for different areas. The way I would go about bronzing and contouring may be different than what you would do, because depending on your face structure, and your shade. Obviously, if you're a woman of color, then your products and what you use are different than white girl here. And that's why I'm not saying this is the best bronzer on the market. Unless you're my skin tone, that won't maybe work for you. I want to instead focus on the differences between what they are, where they go. Keep in mind then, as I talk to you, that your facial structure, your skin color is going to make a difference on what products you ultimately choose. Mainly, the difference between a bronzer and a contour is the shades and the finish, I guess. So I'm going to use these two as an example. Which one is the bronzer? Which one is the contour? If you guessed that this one is the contour, you would be correct. This one is the bronzer. A bronzer is used to make your skin more warm. White girls like me really depend on a bronzer to give us some life, particularly with my hair being this color now. If I don't use bronzer and blush, then I look like I am dead. A bronzer can be either matte or have some shimmer in it. This one by Lancome has shimmer. My favorite bronzers lean a little bit more like this one. This one actually is my favorite bronzer. It is the Bare Minerals Invisi Bronze. And it's because I just want this subtle bronze. I don't really want you to look at my face and go, she bronzed. I just want it to boost my color and make me look like I am alive. And so I will typically go for bronzers like this. When you look at it closely, you will see a little bit of shimmer. And not as much as, say, this one. This one from Hourglass, though it is kind of light like this one and it's got dark going through it, it's actually pretty optimal. And Hourglass just seems to have an abundance of knowledge where it comes to powders and the face. I'm going to put fake in this now. I can't see. Okay. Both of these bronzers, I can look down in here and I can do this and see that there is shimmer. It doesn't translate on the face. These here are more cool than this. Notice that even with these lighter bronzers, this is still cool compared to them. Hoola is the same way, Benefit Hoola. It's kind of like this, all right? So this one's from Thrive and this is Jouer, but you notice these are bronzers and they are matte. And I think these kinds right here make people who don't understand the difference between the two look at them and go, are you a bronzer or are you a contour? If you're my shade, you could actually pull off contouring with this bronzer. So some bronzers can be contours as well. You do not want to have a shimmer of any kind in a contour. So a contour must be matte and it's going to be an ashy, cool brown. For me, anyway, okay? A contour is supposed to create shadows. When you contour, what you're trying to do is create shade and light. That's why the Kat Von D palette, Shade and Light, it was so popular, and I got rid of mine, so it's not here to show you. But the reason it was so popular is because it has in there various shades that you can shade and light your face to contour, as you'll see me do later on in this video. The reason I think that the e.l.f. palette is so good is because I think it has everything in it, sort of like the Kat Von D Shade and Light. So right here we have the contour. Note how next to this one, it's very cool colored. It's an ashy kind of brown, whereas this is a bronzer. See, it's more warm. Both of these are suited to a very fair complexion. I want to show you something. So here is the Kevyn Aucoin. Here is the e.l.f. Look. Can you tell these two apart? I can't. Just saying. You just need to keep in mind when you look at the palette, is it cool, ashy, and matte? It's probably going to be a contour. If it's warm, regardless if there's a tiny amount of shimmer in there or not, it's probably a bronzer. Now let's talk about the kinds of brushes that will help you achieve the effect that you want to contour or bronze with. As I told you in the makeup brush video, a brush that is more compact and dense, like this one here, and especially this one here, will give you a more concentrated product, and it will also localize that product for you. These two brushes work really well if I'm going to contour, because you're wanting to lay down specific areas and then blend out of where you want contour powder, be that hollow out your cheeks, slim out your jawline. This is the kind of brush that you want. Bronzing is supposed to look like the sun hit you and warmed up your complexion, and it doesn't do that in stripes. You don't have to get this expensive. This is the Marc Jacobs bronze. This is the Tom Ford. The Royal Langnickel makes a really good one. This is actually a powder brush, but it has that same flow to the bristles and being fluffy that I think is really good to bronze with. I think I've covered everything that's in front of me and that was in the top of my head anyway, so let's move forward into my demonstration. My face is just as monochromed as it can get. In addition to showing you with product, I wanted you to see my face just like this, okay? Because it's important, the contours of your own face. As you can see, I have an oval face and I have high cheekbones, so I don't need to contour. See, you can see the hollows of my cheeks. And so I really don't do that much anymore. I may do my nose and my neck, but I don't really mess with my cheeks because I don't need to. It's just more product on my face. With a round face, you may need to do it more. I'm going to link my friend Miss Melissa M's video below. It's a couple years old, but she does a really fabulous job showing how you can, on a round face, find your landmarks. Because I don't have the kind of face that needs a contour, you may not see it as well as someone who did. Okay, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna come in here, and you could also use a brush like this. This is actually meant to help people contour. Because of the way this is structured, it's actually helpful for people. You know, you just get in the vicinity of where you need to go, and this will do it for you. You see how this hugs the contours of your face. Get it in this area and it's going to find it for you. Same along the jawline. I'm going to take my thumbs and just kind of press, and you'll be able to feel your skeleton below and where your cheeks hollow out. See, this is where the jaw connects. And right there where the jaw connects, this hollow right here, this is where the contour goes. Some people do this fishy face to find it, but you can feel. In fact, if you want to just sit there and go like this and press, then your own flush will come out and show you where that was. I'm going to start back here, and I'm just going to make that line right there. So that would be the cheek. I'm going to go right on my jawline. And the secret here, I think, is to blend this around so that you don't see such a stark line, but you see a shadow. And that would mean bringing it down a little too. If you have a fuller face and you do this, it's going to be something you notice more. There is this guideline that some makeup artists go by on your forehead, and that says, hey, if you got 4-finger forehead, then you're going to need to contour your hairline. So you've probably heard the rule of thumb, the 3, right? So it goes like this is the 3. Contouring in this method then is going to help slim out your face. So as you saw, I put the contour from my cheek under the cheek. If I were bronzing, I would put it above my cheek. It goes on the high planes of your face. So I'm going to come in here And on the other side, we're going to bronze. Wherever the sun would most likely hit is where you're going to put bronzer. When I go out in the sun hits the top of my cheeks. It hits right here on my forehead. It hits this part of my chin. It definitely hits my nose. That's how I would bronze. I apologize if you can't really see the difference on my face. A lot of people will contour and bronze, so I'm going to go ahead and do to the opposite side of my face what I did over there. Since I did contour, let's go ahead and take care of what I did underneath my cheekbone. I told you before I don't contour my face because I don't kind of need it, right? But I do contour a couple of places. This part here of my chin is starting to hang. Dang it. I don't want you to concentrate on this, and so I'm going to make it go back a little bit, recede it, or try. What I do is I take the contour and I come right underneath my chin. Because remember, anything that we use a darker powder on is going to make it go back. Anything we use a lighter powder on will come forward. So I want this part right there of my chin and neck to go back a little bit. You want to make sure you blend this out so that you don't look like you have a dirty neck. It's a fine line here between dirty neck, you need to blend some more, and accomplishing the goal that you had in mind. A lot of ladies will put makeup down their neck, and you never see me do that. The reason is because I have inherited this nice little thing from somebody. They've been here since I was a kid. I can go back into my elementary pictures and look and see them there. So it's not because I'm getting older. They've always been there. But because of this, I don't go down my neck with a foundation because I don't want the foundation to settle. Coming down my neck, then I'm coming directly onto my skin, not over foundation. And the reason I say that is because I feel like over foundation looks a little better. And I am going to switch to this brush because honestly, if I was going to contour, it would be this way, but I know so many people don't have this kind of a brush. So I'm going to overdo this. See how that just hugs this? Can you see that powder? Might even make a little V here. Now, this works far better on a double chin than it does a wrinkly neck, but I'm trying, okay? I'm hitting it with everything I can. And then I may take my bronzer and just kind of go over the rest of it. Same deal with the nose. Everybody's nose is different. It depends what you're trying to correct. My nose is very narrow up here at the top, and then as it comes down, it gets a little more maybe bulbous here, and then I have this nice little hang down thing on my nose. See? I don't really worry, to tell you the truth, about the top so much because my glasses are up there, but for the sake of this video, just going to take and start up here and pull straight down. Creams often work better for this because you can blend out a cream, and you really want to blend out your nose. You really want to make sure your nose is blended out. One thing I think looks so funny is when you see somebody who has contoured their nose and you can see there's those lines down the middle of their nose. And I feel like a cream is better able to be blended out. And then all I'm doing is I'm making a V right here and going down this because I want that to recede. By contouring the nose then, I have taken care of the problem of where my nose went like this. It kind of looks like a more straight nose now, right? But that's too much. You're going, Mary, you got too much on your nose. You got a brown nose. I know it. Right. Then you might want to take a fluffier brush and really blend this out. And what is helpful if you've got too much is powder. Powder does wonderful things. I almost always do something on my eyes, if only a contour powder, because my right eye is hooding and my left eye is not. Thank you very much, aging crappy body. This is not an uncommon issue. Many people have this. In fact, it's an interesting thing what happens if you try to make a face symmetrical. I think one of the biggest ones that I saw that amazed me was Bradley Cooper. How different Bradley Cooper would look if his left side matched his right or his right side matched his left. Almost everybody's not symmetrical. Like I said, I'm not a professional makeup artist, but this seems to work for me. Maybe it will you too. I'm getting some of this contour powder. And what I do is I tip my head down and look in the mirror straight on. And when I do that, I can see in conjunction to this eye where the powder needs to go on this eye to make it look like it's not hooding, because the other eye is. See? So I know that that powder has to go there. This eye is not a problem. I can look straight on with this eye because I can see that. But if you have hooded eyes, maybe if you tip your head down and look in the mirror this way, you can see where that powder should go. Right here, it's a darker shadowed area. Now, you can leave that, but for me, I like to brighten it up a little bit. I will come underneath my brow here and highlight that. A lot of ladies use powder. And then I will come right in here in the corner and brighten this up. And I'm going to do the right side, and hopefully you'll be able to see a difference between the right and left. I like using the IT Cosmetics 4-in-1 brush for this kind of stuff because I can pull it down and make it dense, and it just fits right in that pocket. Really nice, but it's dirty. So a pencil brush will do it. Shade and light. So I have brightened up this part, brought it forward so it doesn't look so recessed and sunk in right there. And this side does look sunk in and recessed. I think it makes me look a little bit more bright-eyed. If I really want to spend time on my mouth, then the way that I contour it is I will take just a little bit of my highlight, and I do mean a little, and just put that right atop the Cupid's bow. Right there. We'll bring that forward a little bit. Then I will take my contour and come right here. See that dip right there? Putting a little bit of contour right there in that dip will recede that back more and make your bottom look more pouty. See? I'm going to go for a red. This is Nars Rita, and that's how I contour my mouth. I hope you guys know that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. If you don't, well, just hit the subscription button below and we'll all make you feel that way. If you guys aren't having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. What the heck is that? So woodpeckers again? We have to have a talk. I'm sorry, excuse me. They're mad. They're not going to answer me. And I'm an air quote kind of person now. Over here, I am so white that when I walk down the street, people go, "Hey, Casper." Hey, the whiter the skin, the more royal the blood. Why, you're doing it again. You're air quoting, etc. Do we really need to air quote the word etc.? Etc. I just want to focus on the main reason. Somebody just take my hands off. I'm going to sit on my hands. I'm not allowed to use them. That might be a little hard for me. And if you get close enough, you'll see so little. What are you doing? Do you have to get this close? I'm so close. I feel so close to you right now. I love you so much. Hourglass just knows how to do powder, and it doesn't translate like this. Why would you want to? Seriously? I have goat hair in my mouth. Look what I can do. I can still touch. Oh, Charlie horse, Charlie horse. What is going on today? Contour powder, and you want to be careful here, because if you get too much, it'll look like you have a dirty neck. Then your mom be coming up to you and going, "You need to blend that out a little bit." Thanks, Mom. I meant for that to be there. It's a fine line. Do I do a good job? Heck no. It is what it is, guys, but I can twirl my makeup brushes. Or can't I? Oh, you didn't see me cheat. I just look like I have a brown nose, right? I've been a brown nose from way back. People always said that about me. Boy, that Mary, she's such a brown nose. We're in various stages of undress here. No, we're not. We're not going to undress. We're not undressing here.